Hey everyone, I'm back. It's Daniel Brother Barbaris. Since last video, a few things have come out. So you'll see that in my previous video, we noticed that an update for the .NET Framework 6.0.10 came out. So now that's at 11. We'll be downloading that. PowerShell 7.3.0 came out to supersede our 7.2.7. And a new version of Notepad++ came out. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace those. So what we'll do, we'll go to our notes, application layout, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to go through here and we're going to change this to 11, okay? We're going to go to our tools folder. We're going to go to capture, DNF 60. We're going to shift right click this, click edit with Notepad. We're going to change this to 11 in the install bat. Save that. We're going to remove the 3 files that we have here, shift delete. We'll go to .NET-Microsoft.com/en-us/download/.NET/6.0, and you'll notice 6.11 is out. So you'll right click here, click open in new tab, save as, go to prereqs, same place. We're going to go to tools, capture, DNF 60, and I'll copy this here, click save. We'll go down to here, right click, open a new tab, save as, save, and the bottom one here, same thing, open a new tab, save as, and save. We'll verify that our file names are 6.0.11. It's exactly the same, so we're good there. Okay, let's go back to capture here. Let's go to PowerShell 7. Okay, we're going to delete this. Yes. We're going to go down here to PowerShell. Okay, where we're at, it's going to be 7.3.0. 7.3.0 dash. Let's go to our github.com/PowerShell/PowerShell/releases. You'll see we now have the release of 7.3.0. We'll go down here, click on show all 24. Let's go to 7.3.0 Win64. Click on that, save as, capture, PowerShell 7, save. Okay, and verify that is 7.3.0 dash, good, and we're good there. And then one more, we have Notepad++, which is in our deployment. So we're going to go down here, Notepad++. So we'll go to notepad-plus-plus.org/downloads. Here's 8.4.7. Click on installer, save as, go to tools, deploy, Notepad PP. You'll see our old one there. Here's our copy that file name. We're going to save it. We'll replace this with a 7, place this with a 7, save that. Go back over here to tools, deploy, Notepad PP, and we'll shift and delete the old version. Okay, simple as that. And those are done. I can actually remove that now. Okay, and we can install those on our servers if you'd like. Of course, we're only going to install Notepad++ and on the MDT 01, but we'll install .NET Framework and PowerShell updates on these ones here. Now, your WSUS will start updating that once it becomes available. So if you do a search for PowerShell 7, you'll notice that it has the preview right now. Once the full version is registered on Microsoft Update Catalog, you remember we selected PowerShell. It should update it automatically for you if that's what you want to do. But for our deployment shares and our capture shares, we'll have the newest version. Okay, so that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to right click on deployment share, click new deployment share, browse, go to our deployment folder, and select our capture share folder. And it should automatically show you the share that we created in the last steps. I'm going to change this to MDT capture share. Next. You can keep that at default. Click next all the way. There we go, and finish. There's our first one. Right click again, new deployment share, browse, deployment share. Okay. There we go. There's our deployment dollar. MDT deployment share, good. Next, next, and next. Okay. Finish. We can close this for right now. We're going to go to our Z drive, prereqs, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, go into the extras folder. We're going to highlight these, copy, and paste. Okay. And now we've got the extras folders, like the recovery folder, the logs folder, user data folder that we wanted there. Okay. That's good. Now we're going to do our OS layout. Okay. So let's reopen our deployment workbench. Yes. Go there. Go to operating systems, right click, new folder, Windows 10. New one, Windows 11. Windows Server 2022. There we go. Now we'll go under each of these. So Windows 10 Pro. And don't worry, we're going to be deploying Enterprise, but we're only going to be using the Pro index. Okay. Pro. Under Windows 11. Under Windows 2022, we're going to say Standard. And it'll allow us to do both Standard and Data Center. Under Pro, right-click, new folder, 22H2. Same thing here, Windows 11, 22H2. And our server is going to be 21H2. Okay, there we go. So we've got our layouts for our operating system. Click on Operating System, copy these, and paste them in our deployment share operating systems area. Paste. There we go. Now down in deployment share, we're going to right click under out of box drivers, click new folder. We're going to do our WinPE layout. So we're just going to call this WinPE. Under WinPE, new folder, HP. And you'll remember we downloaded the newest WinPE drivers, which were 2.3.0 or 2.30. We'll grab those. Okay, there we go. And we'll go into our Z drive, prereqs. We'll go down to WinPE drivers, HP. There's our 230. We'll copy that folder to our deployment share, deployment E drive. We'll just copy that for right now. We'll remove it here as soon as we import these drivers. Okay. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. Right click on 2.30, import drivers, browse, deployment share, and click on the 230. Click OK, next, and next. And you can see we're importing our WinPE drivers. Any yellow warnings you can ignore. Usually it's for x86 drivers, so we're not worried about that. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll pause this and come back when that's done. Okay, we're back. Finish. There's all of our 1PE drivers. Okay, next one, driver layout. We're going to use that HP EliteBook X360 that I showed you previous videos, and we're going to make both a Windows 10 and Windows 11 folder for that, because we saw that there was two different versions of those drivers, and that's fine. So, Windows 10, Windows 11, new folder. We're going to call this HP for the make under each one. There we go. Okay. And then for the model, new folder. I'm going to copy from here, PC back to here, copy, put that in the, paste that, there we go. And same thing here, new folder, paste, there we go. Okay. So now we've got two folders. We can delete this 2.30 on the deployment E, good. Let's go back to this PC, Z drive, prereqs, Windows driver packs, HP. You can see we have a folder for each one of these, okay? So what we can do is we can copy this to our deployment share, paste, okay? Give that a few moments to copy over, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, we're back, and that's copied. So we'll go to our Windows 10 version, click Import Drivers, Browse, go to the D drive, Windows 10, and you can see, there we go, click on that, next, next, and it'll import those. I'll come back when that's done. Okay, the Windows 10 drivers have been imported. Let's go down to the Windows 11, Import Drivers, Browse, Deployment Share, go to Windows 11, there we go, click on the computer name, next, and import. There we go. Like I said, you can ignore these. You can see it does not support platform x86, which is fine. So I'll come back when that's done. All right, that's done. Good. We can go to our Z drive again, or actually our deployment. Click on the Windows 10 and control click, then shift click, delete. Remove those two folders. Okay, we're going to now create our selection profile for our WinPE drivers in our deployment share. So click on Advanced Configuration, click on Selection Profiles, right click here, or actually right click on Selection Profiles, click New Selection Profile, type drivers-WinPE, good, go to Out of the Box Drivers and just click on the WinPE checkbox, click Next, and Next. Okay, that's done for that. So in the deployment share and the capture share, we're going to right click on capture share, click Properties, uncheck the x86 box, click Apply, go to Rules. What we're going to do, we're going to open up our Z drive, prereqs, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, Rules, and we're going to go to our Capture Bootstrap. You can open that up, highlight, copy, minimize that, click on Edit Bootstrap INI down here, and paste that there. Click Save. We'll go over our custom settings INI here. Okay, so this one here is for our capture task sequence. So we've got an OS install. It's a new computer. We're going to put capture a Windows image on the org name, and then a task sequence name will be the package name. We're not going to do a skip rearm unless you're going to be installing Office in your golden image. We install Office in our deployment. But if you're going to install it in your golden image instead of deploying it in your deploy task, you can uncomment the skip rearm, and that way you can actually add it and you won't have any issues there. Skip task sequence equals no. Skip computer name, yes. The computer name, we're just going to set it as the task sequence ID. This is only for our capture task, so we're not worried about that. Skip domain membership, yes. Join the work group. Skip product key, yes. Our locale, skipping. UI language, ENUS, ENUS, ENUS. You can change those. Skip our time zone, yes. I put US Mountain Standard Time. Make sure you put your time zone, and you can find out what your time zone or what the text of your time zone should be by putting tzutil/g. By opening up the run command, type cmd tzutil/g, and it will tell you the text you should place there. Okay. Skip roles, yes. Skip applications, yes, because we're already installing those in our task sequence. You'll see that here. Our WSUS server, of course, is our machine with port 8530. Skip admin password. We're going to use that same password for everything. Skip capture, yes. Do capture, yes. Our backup location is at the captures folder. And our backup file name, we used Johan's capture name here. So you can see he had adding the date to the captured WIM file. So I used that. Okay. Good stuff. Skip computer backup equals yes. Skip user data, yes. Skip BitLocker, yes. Our log share. So once the machines deploy, it'll store the logs there so we can look at them. The event service for our monitoring is port 9800. This is a little fix that makes sure that the resolution is correct when you deploy. It sets the resolution to 1 by 1 so that the machine goes, I have to use the recommended. And so that's a good little tip to use when you want the machine to just use the default resolution or the recommended resolution. Skip summary, yes. Hide shell, no. Skip final summary, yes. And then once we're done capturing, I want it to shut down that machine. Okay. So we're going to select all, copy, go back over here, and in our rules, I want to paste all that and click apply. Okay. Let's go back up to Windows PE. Click on the platform, x64. Scratch space size, I'm going to set to 512. Click apply. Under the features tab, I'm going to click DISM commandlets. I'm going to go down to .NET Framework and then scroll a little bit and Windows PowerShell. Click apply. Then drivers and patches, we're going to click nothing and include all drivers from the selection profile because this is our capture share. We don't want any additional drivers. Monitoring, we're going to click the monitoring box and click apply. Give that a moment and click OK. Okay. Next, we're going to go to our deployment share. So right click that, properties, uncheck the x86, click apply, rules. We're going to go here. We have our deploy bootstrap. Copy that. Minimize. Paste. Whoop. Sorry about that. Let's do that one more time. Sorry. Select all. Copy. Select all. Paste. There we go. Click Save. Close that. Our custom settings INI. I'll go over these ones since we're going to do that. Remember how I had you set it so that per task sequence we could do settings. So these are our task sequences, and I'm setting the product key per task sequence. So Windows Pro x64, Windows Enterprise, different product key. They're going to be placed in an OU. We're going to use both the TPM module and a pin for our BitLocker for our clients, Windows 10 and Windows 11. For our servers, we're just using the TPM. Okay, so Standard has a product key, and Data Center has its own product key. Those are going to be placed in the member servers OU. I'll show you how we set this OU. I think I showed you my previous videos, but if you click here and go to Active Directory Users and Computers, okay, click on View, Advanced Features, okay, go to Lab, Member Servers, right click on Properties, okay, and you can see that it has a little bit more information now. And when you go into our object, right, you can see managed by, general, all of these now. So click on Attribute Editor, okay, and we're going to go down here a little bit, and I'll show you your distinguished name, okay. If you view that, you can see CN equals MDT01, OU equals member servers, OU equals lab, DC equals MDT, DC equals lab. And that's our distinguished name that we're going to use in our machine object OU. Okay, so it's machine object OU equals member servers, OU equals lab, DC equals MDT, D equals lab, just like that. Okay, so that's set. New computer, OS install yes. Deploy a Windows image now. We're going to use the task sequence name. Skip task sequence no. Skip computer name equals no, so we'll be able to select what we want. Skip domain membership yes. Join domain MDT lab. Now, this is only if you want your machines to join a OU. You can click skip domain membership equals yes, and you can put them in a work group. You can uncheck this. You can say join work group and name a work group. That way it doesn't join a domain. And these also. So you can get rid of this machine object OU, and that way you can have standalone machines if you'd like. Okay? Same thing with our locale, language, our time zone. Skip roles equals yes. Skip applications equals no. That way we can check the boxes we want. Same thing for our WSUS server with port 8530. Skip admin password. Skip capture yes. Do capture no. This is for our deployment, remember. Skip computer backup equals yes. Skip user data equals yes. User data locations network. Our user data share is that user data folder that we created. And our user data directory would be OSD computer name, okay? Skip BitLocker equals yes, and this is our BitLocker information, okay? Although we're storing our BitLocker keys in Active Directory, we will also be storing a text file with that key so that you can give that to your ISO. Once you deploy a machine, your information security specialist or your cybersecurity, whatever you want to call them. You deploy a machine, you can hand that to them. They can put that somewhere just in case they need to lock that up in a safe somewhere or whatever. And that way they have a copy of it and you have a copy in Active Directory. Okay, so that's all the information for BitLocker that the machine needs. Our share for our logs, the resolution fix, hide summary equals yes, hide shell no, hide final summary yes, and then when we're done deploying, I just want it to reboot that machine. And our event service for monitoring is there. Okay, so we're going to edit, select all, copy. You can close this window now since we're done using this. Highlight all that and paste it. Click apply, Windows PE, drop down x64, scratch space 512, click apply. Features, same thing, DISM commandlets, .NET Framework, and our Windows PowerShell. Apply. Drivers and patches, we're going to click here. Remember our driver selection profile, drivers 1PE, Click Include All Drivers from the selection profile. Click Apply. Monitoring. Click the checkbox and apply. Okay, that's pretty much for our rules here. All done there. Now we're going to open up our application layout. So you're going to click Open. We're going to go to Application Layout in our Prereqs Notes. Okay, there we go. And we're going to copy our applications, which we downloaded from our Z drive, Prereqs, Tools. These two folders, I'm going to right click and copy. Then I'm going to go down to my Start menu, right click, Run, whack FS01 / share $, just like that. And I'm just going to right click and paste. So we're going to put those up, all those applications in our file share now. Okay, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, that's done copying. We're done there. Close this and open this back up. All right, now we're going to go to add our applications into our capture share first. So you can close or minimize that deployment share for right now and minimize this. Just click on applications and we'll go through and add each one. You see we got them all here down to about right there. Okay, so we're good. All right, first one, new folder. We're going to call this Policy Definitions. Now you can, if you want, you can just copy and paste. That way you don't have to type everything. Okay, just like that. Copy, right click, new folder, finish. Same thing with all of these, right? It's right underneath the path. So new folder, there we go. Microsoft Edge, new folder, next. Image state reset, copy, new folder, there we go. PowerShell, and Microsoft C++, Visual C++. Folder and paste. There we go. Okay, and now we'll go to the top one, right click, new application. We're going to go application without source files or elsewhere on the network because we're not using applications that's local to this machine. Okay, next. Okay, so publisher, of course, is going to be Microsoft Corporation. Application name right here underneath the folder name. Version 22H2 and ENUS for the language -US. Our command is going to be our wscript hibat. Okay, so highlight that, copy, paste, and our folder is going to be on the file share under capture ADMX, copy, and there we go, our working directory. Next, finish. Okay. You'll see it show up here, right click, properties, and we're going to get rid of the extra information there, and we'll just call this ADMX. Okay, apply, and we're good. Okay, next one, CM Trace tool, new application, without source or elsewhere on the network, publisher, Microsoft Corporation. Application name, here we go, copy that, version, EN-US, command line, and our network location. There we go. Finish, right click properties, get rid of that name, get rid of the version, and just call that CM Trace. Press enter, and we're all set. runtimes, right click, new application, without source files, publisher, Microsoft Corporation, application name, version, or we just got that new version 6011, en-us, grab that here, and our file share information. There we go. Okay. Right click, properties, right here, get rid of that, and we'll just call this DNF60, just like the short name here. Apply, and okay. Microsoft Edge, new application, middle, there we go. Same thing, Microsoft Corporation. Application name, Microsoft Edge for Business, x64. Version, we got the newest version there. And en-us. Command line, copy that. And our location. Next. Properties. Get rid of those. And we'll just call this Edge for the short name. I'll click Apply. Okay. Image state reset. New. In the middle. There we go. Publisher is MDT Lab. That's us, right? MDT Lab. Application name. Image state reset. Version 1.0. Because we made it ourselves, right? Same thing. We're running it with a hidbat and our working directory there. Copy, paste. I'm going to copy this image state reset because it's a little bit to type. Click next, next, finish. Right click, properties. We just want image state reset and paste that. There we go. Apply. Okay. All set. All right. PowerShell. There we go. Right click, new application, middle. There we go. Publisher is also Microsoft Corporation. Application name, PowerShell 7 x64. Version, we just got the new version, right? 7.30. And en-us. Okay, our command line we have here at the bottom. Copy, paste. Go back over here, home, and highlight that. And our working directory, next, and done. Finish. Right click, properties. Just the name, x64. PowerShell 7. Okay. I'm going to pause this for just a second so I can check my phone, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And our last one for the capture. We got everything done there. So new application, without source, next. Publisher is Microsoft Corporation. Copy, paste. Our name, Microsoft Visual C++ Redistributables. Copy, paste. Our version is 2012 through 2022. -en-us. Okay. Our hidbat. Good. Paste. And our folder. Working directory. Next. And finish. And there we go. Now, if you're like me, you want these in alphabetical order, right? So let's close this. We're going to go here to our Z drive, prereqs. We're going to go to our scripts, and you'll see sort folders. I'm going to copy this folder to our deployment area, paste. I'm going to go in here, and you'll see sort MDT drivers. Now, that's not just for drivers, it's for all folders. So I'm going to rename this to sort folders. Okay? Now I'm going to right click on this, edit with Notepad++, okay? And you'll see Mike Kisiel is the creator of this. And all you want to do is, it says file to edit, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight our folder that we want to edit, just like this. I'm going to go here, and I want to change this from driver groups to application groups, okay? Save that. And then I'm going to save our application groups file to the desktop when it's edited. That way I can copy it over to whatever share I want, okay? So I'm going to say C users / and then I'm going to put my username. You put yours, okay? Desktop and application groups XML. Save that, okay? So now I've got that in the folders, right? I'm going to go to my E drive, go to the capture share, control. I'm going to look for my application groups XML file, copy that back over to here to the sort folders, right click, paste. It'll keep a backup right there. So you right click, you can run with PowerShell or PowerShell 7. I'm going to run with PowerShell, just like that. It should make there it is, okay? I'm going to cut, go back here to the capture share, to the control folder, go up here and click paste, replace the file, and now when I open up my deployment workbench, those folders are now in alphabetical order, as you can see, okay? So they're all set there. All right, let's get down to our deploy applications, okay? I know this is monotonous and takes a long time, but once you get this all set up, it's going to be great, okay? So close that. Let's go to our deployment share. Applications, first one, new folder, 7-zip. You can see we're just using the name underneath our path, right? So new folder, you can highlight this one here, folder name, there we go. New folder, we'll just call this BG info because we have two applications. We're going to do one for servers and one for workstations. Highlight Google Chrome, copy, new folder, Google Chrome. Conversion, this is where we're going to convert to enterprise. Boom, just like that. Okay, Mozilla Firefox, copy, new folder. There we go. Our Java SE. Next. Notepad++. You can scroll down here. Paste. Microsoft 365. New folder. Paste that one. Registry edits. Next. Microsoft Report Viewer. Start menu customization. And Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Okay. New folder. There we go. Okay. And now comes the fun part. Go back up to the top where 7-zip was. There we are. And we're going to go into each of these folders. 7-zip, new application. Choose the middle, of course. I'm going to do the same thing. Publisher, Igor Pavlov. Application name. Version 22.01. English. Command line. There we go. And our working folder. There we go. Next. Finish. Right click. Properties. You just want 7-zip x64. and 7 zip. There we go. Okay. Next, new application, middle. Next, publisher, Adobe Systems Incorporated. Application name, version, en-us, our command line here. Copy that. Click here, home, highlight the folder name, working directory, next, finish, right click, properties. We just want Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. We're going to highlight this right here, copy, and paste. Short name, there we go. Apply, and we're good there. BG info, we actually have 2, right? So we're going to say new application, without source, okay. Publisher, Mark Rasinovich. Application name is the first one, wallpaper text configurator for server. Version 4.28, en-us, command line, working directory for the server version, and boom, there we go. Right click, properties, go here, and down to server. It'll just be BG info SRV. There we go. And the next one, same folder, without source. Okay, Mark Rasinovich. Workstation. 4.28. en-us. Same command line. And this one is the bottom here, workstation, working directory. There we go. Right click, properties. Move that back to workstation, and BG info WS for workstation. Okay. And now we have both of those all set. Okay. Google Chrome. There we go. Right click, new application. Boom. Publisher, Google Limited Liability Company. Application name, Google Chrome for Enterprise x64. Version 107.88 there. en-us. Command line. Copy. Paste. Highlight. There we go. Next. Finish. Properties, go there, and there we go. We're just going to call this Chrome. Enter for short name, good. Conversion, new application, application without source files. We're going to call this MDT Lab. Application name, convert to enterprise. Version just 1.0, en-us. Command line. There we go. And highlight and paste. There we go. Okay. Right click, properties. Convert to enterprise. Just highlight this, copy, and apply. Okay. Firefox. There we go. Right click, new application, without source files. Publisher, Mozilla. Application name, Mozilla Firefox for Enterprise x64. Version 106.0.3. en-us. Command line. Highlight this, copy, paste. Click here, home. Firefox, working directory, There we go. Right click, properties, get rid of those, and just call this Firefox for the short name. Okay. Java. Right click, new application, middle, same thing. Publisher is Oracle. There we go. Java runtime environment, x64. Version is 8.0.351. en-us. Command line, highlight, copy, home, home. Paste that. Go to our working directory, copy, and paste. Next, next, finish. Right click, properties. Go here, delete these, and Java SE. There we go. Notepad++, our new version we just got. So publisher is the Notepad++ team. Application name, Notepad++ x64. Version 8.4.7. en-us. Command line. They made it so simple, didn't they? Just a /s. Awesome. Okay, there we go. Everybody should take a page from their book. Okay. There we go. What am I doing? Get rid of team as well. There we go. And Notepad PP. Enter. Done. Okay. Office 365. So new application without source files. Publisher, Microsoft Corporation. Application name. Version. en-us. Command line. There we go. Office 365. Next, next. Finish. Right click, properties. Get rid of the version number there. And we'll just call this Office 365. Enter for short name. And like I said, I know this takes a while, but it'll be worth it in the long run, okay? We're at our registry edits. So, new application, middle, publisher, we'll just say MDT Lab. Application name, we'll just call this registry server. Version 1.0, en-us. Command line. There we go. And reg serve. There we go. Finish. Right click, properties. Registry edit server. Reg serve. Press enter. And there we go. Right click. I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And let's go here to new application without source files. We're going to do our Windows 10. So MDT Lab, application name, registry edits - Windows 10, version 1.0, en-us, command line, copy, paste. Here's our Windows 10. There we go. Finish. Right click, properties. There. Then reg win 10. Enter. And the last one, new application without source files. MDT Lab. Monotonous, isn't it? That's okay. It'll be worth it. 1.0. en-us. Command line. There we go. And reg win 11 for our working directory. Finish. Right click, properties. There we go. reg win 11, enter. Okay, so the registry's done. Now we're going to go to our report viewer. Same thing, without source files. Publisher, Microsoft Corporation. Application name, Microsoft Report Viewer 2012 runtime. Here's our version. en-us. Command line. Then our report viewer. Copy. Paste. Finish. Right click, properties. There we go. And highlight report viewer. That. And apply. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm just going to check on the dog. Okay, deliveries next door, that's all. Okay, our start menu customization. Now, of course, we're not going to be using this right away. We'll do this later, but I'll show you how to do that too. We'll place those in their own folder. We'll just call this MDT Lab. Application name, start menu for our server. 1.0, en-us. Command line, same thing. And start serve. There we go. Finish. Right click, properties. Start menu customization. And we'll call this start SRV. Enter. Right click, new application, same thing. Okay, publisher, MDT Lab. This is for Windows 10. Version 1.0, en-us. Our command line. Start 10. Next, finish. Right click, properties. There we go. Start 10, and then one more. Start 11. Okay, new application. Without source, MDT Lab. Call that Start Menu Customization Windows 11. Version 1.0, en-us. There we go. Copy, paste, and our last one is coming up. Next, finish. Right click, properties. There we go. And start 11 for our short name. And our last one, Visual Studio Code. New application. Without source. Publishers, Microsoft Corporation. Application name, Visual Studio Code x64. Version 1.73.0 for system. en-us. Our command line. And our working directory. There we go. Finish. Right click, properties. Get rid of version number. We'll say VS Code. Enter. We can close this application layout. We're going to close this. We're going to go to our deployment share. Going to control application groups. Right click copy. Go to deployment. Go to our sort folders. Paste. Override the one that's there. Right click. Run with PowerShell. Wait for it to show up on the desktop. There it is. Cut. Deployment. Control. Paste. Replace it. And when we open up our deployment share one more time, all of these are in alphabetical order. Okay, so you're all set there. Good. Sort folders. Now we're going to hide some applications in the deployment share because we're going to be installing them on all the machines as they go out. So things like BG info, you double click hide this application in the task sequence, the deployment wizard. Just click on that because we'll be doing that in the task sequence. Okay. Conversion, same thing. Okay. Let's see. Registry edits, yeah. Hide these three. And hide the start menu customizations. Okay. We'll still install these. They're just not going to be selectable. They'll be in the task sequence. Okay. So there we go. That's how we're going to do that. Okay. Let's see here. Close that. Okay. So now that we've got that, we're going to connect our DVD drive. So right click, settings. Here's our DVD drive. We're going to click connected, connect it power on. Right now we have the Windows Server ISO still loaded. If you don't, just click browse and click on prereqs operating system, Windows Server 2022. Click on the server eval, OK. Click open. It's going to load that. You can click on the checkbox for autoplay. We're going to go to our capture share, operating systems, server 2022, standard, and 21H2. Right click, click import operating system, full set of source files. Next, browse. You can see our D drive there. Click OK. Next, I'm going to get rid of the word core here because we're just importing the server standard. Next, next, and give that a few moments, and it should import the two, or actually 4 different indexes. So server standard core, server data center, and data center core. Okay. And we're only interested right now in the standard because we can remove the rest of them, but we can still upgrade in our deployment task between server standard and server data center. Okay. With desktop experience. And almost done. 98%. There we go. Okay. And you can see our 4 indexes here. We're just going to highlight them all. But on the server standard one, we're going to click Control and click one time. And we're going to right click and click Delete for the rest of these. Just click Next. Right click, Properties. We're going to go right here. We're going to highlight. We're only going to be interested in the name here. Okay. Click Apply. Okay, there we go. There's our server 2022 imported. Going to go here, browse, go to operating systems, Windows 10. Select that one. Go here to 22H2, import, full set of source files, click the X, next. Here, boom. Now this has multi, right? So we only are interested in Pro. So I'm going to change that directory name to Windows 10 Pro x64, next, next. And this will import all of the indexes that are in this disk. We're only interested in the Pro one, but when it gets to our deployment share, we'll be able to change it from Pro to Enterprise because the SKUs are embedded in the Windows SPP folder, so we'll be all right. So if you look, let me show you this here on my machine, right? So if I go here and I go to our System32 directory, SPP, right here, tokens, and SKUs, you can see there's a whole bunch of different editions in here, right? Professional and Enterprise and Education and Cloud Edition. So they're all in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the enterprise one to allow our pro to be updated to enterprise as well. So you can deploy either pro or enterprise when we get to our deployment shares. All right. 98%. There we go. Click finish. And you'll see all of this. All of these are imported. Highlight all of them. Look for the one that just says Windows 10 Pro in Windows 10 Pro right there. Then we can delete the rest of these indexes. Right click, properties, get rid of that. And now we just have the Windows 10 Pro x64. You can see version imported. It's all good. Okay. Right click, settings, browse. Let's go to operating systems, Windows 11, 22H2, open. Okay. Give that a moment. Click the X, go here, 22H2, import operating system, full set of source files, browse, click, Windows 11. We're going to change that home to Pro. Next, same thing. This is going to have all the same indexes that the other one did. We'll just remove the ones we don't want, and we'll be good. Okay. I'll give that a few moments. I'll come right back. Okay, we're back. We've imported those. Highlight all of them. Just control click the Windows 11 Pro. Right click on all the rest of them. Click delete. Next. Next. And right click properties. And delete that. There we go. Now I've got all of our 3 operating systems, what we wanted imported. We can disconnect the DVD drive now. So settings, click here, and unconnect that. All right. And now we're going to go to our capture task sequence. Okay. So file, open, and we're going to go to capture. And the first one we're going to do is our Windows 10. Okay. So capture Windows 10. I'm going to highlight all 3 of these. Capture with the control key, capture Windows 10, capture Windows 11, server 2022. Now Windows 10 and Windows 11 are going to be exactly the same except for a few things at the end which will fix sysprep for a Windows 11 22H2 machine. Okay, there we go. I'm going to move this over here. So this is our first one to be working on. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to type new folder. I'm going to call this client capture, or just capture client. There we go. Capture client and capture server. Okay, so I've got 2 folders there. Okay, in capture client, right click, new task sequence, next. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to name our capture task sequence Win10 Pro X64, just like that. And the name is going to be Windows 10 Pro 22H2 X64. And copy that. Next. Standard client task sequence. Next. Let's choose our Windows 10 Pro. Next. Do not specify. Type user. Organization, we'll just call it lab. Do not specify an administrator password. Next. And next. Finish. Next one. New. Task sequence. This one's going to be Win 11 Pro X64. Paste. Same thing. 22H2 X64. Paste. Next. Standard client. Next. 11 Pro 22H2. Good. Do not specify. User lab. There we go. Okay. And our capture server, so new task sequence. We're going to call this one WinServe 2022 STD standard. Highlight that, copy, paste. Next, we're going to go to the drop down to standard server task sequence. There we go. Next, go down here, server standard, do not specify, user, lab, do not specify a password, next, and finish. There we go. Okay, so the first one's first. Capture Windows 10. I'm going to move this over here. Okay, here we go. So, double click on our Windows 10 Pro Capture Task Sequence. Task Sequence. I'm going to click on Pre-install, Install, and Post-install. Okay, that's all I need to worry about for right now. Right. Okay, so if I look under each of these, there are certain things, but we're not worried about that. We're going to start with pre-install. Okay, and under the gather local only, I'm going to click on add, general, run command line, and I'm going to click set high performance power mode so we can speed up our deployment a little bit. I have our command here for high performance mode. Copy that, put that there. Options, continue on error, and apply. There we go. Okay. Now, because this is our capture test, I'm not going to enable BitLocker. So I'm going to click on Enable BitLocker, disable this step under options. Inject drivers, disable. Apply patches, disable. And then down here where it says apply patches under our post install, we'll disable that as well. Okay, so we've done that in post install, disable. All right, so now we'll go down to state restore. Here we are. Do you remember our, I'm going to have these disable the driver searching. Okay, so general, run command line, continue on error, properties. I'm going to call that disable driver searching. Just like that. Copy, paste, apply. Just like that. The next one, disable search highlights. Add, run command line. So we'll highlight that, copy, paste, copy that one to the command line, apply, continue on error, apply. There's disable search highlights. Okay. The set high performance mode, we're also going to set that there. So we can go up here, highlight this one, copy, and we can click on our disable search highlights and click paste. It'll put it right below there. Okay. We're going to sync the time of this machine with our MDT server. So click add, run command line. We're going to call the continue on error properties, sync the time with the server under name, highlight that, copy, paste, apply. There it is, sync the time with the server. Now after the opt-in to CEIP right here, we're going to click on add roles, install roles and features, and this is our Windows 10 machine. So we're going to click on .NET Framework 3.5. I'm going to say enable .NET Framework 3.5. Options, continue on error, click apply, and you'll see it right there. Okay, that's the first one. Now we're going to install our Visual C++ runtimes. Click add, general, install application, continue on error, properties, install a single application, browse, Visual C++ runtimes, click apply. Now you see the name is a little bit long. We'll change that here in a second because we forgot to do that, but that's okay. Click apply, just like that, and that's good. So we're going to go to applications here, right click, properties. We're going to go here like that. And that's okay. That happens sometimes. ECPPRT, Boom. Now if we go to our capture, share, task sequence, go down here, and you'll see that the name has been changed, and that's good. Okay. Add general, install application. This is our .NET runtimes. So install .NET runtimes, just like that. Install application, browse, look for Microsoft.NET runtime. Okay, apply. Options, continue on error. There we go. Install PowerShell 7. Add general, run command line, continue on error, properties, just like that. Oop, sorry, I put run command line. Let's remove that. So there we go. Let's add install application. There we go. Install single application. PowerShell 7. Options, continue on error. There we go. That's what we wanted. CM trace. Copy. Add. General. Install application. Continue on error. Install CM trace. Install single application. CM trace log tool. Okay. And apply. There we go. Add our policy definitions. General. Install application. Policy definitions. There we go. Options, continue on error, apply. And there they go. And then after this, add general, restart computer. Okay. So now we're at restart here. Now, you see our Windows Update pre and post installation. We're going to click on that and uncheck the disable this step in options for both of these, because that's going to use our WSUS and install updates as these machines go out. Okay. After the install applications, we're going to do add general, install application, continue on error, browse. We're going to install Microsoft Edge. Okay. So, or update, I should say. That's fine. We can call it update Microsoft Edge. That's fine too. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to remove our provisioned apps and our applications. Now, you can go into these files, and if you don't want to remove certain applications, you don't have to. These are just the ones I remove. So go into Scripts, Custom, and you'll see I have Remove Apps for 10 and 11 and Remove Provision for 10 and 11. If you right-click and you look in here, you can see the apps I remove. Bing Viewer, or Weather, Microsoft 3D Viewer, the Office Hub, Solitaire, Mixed Reality, Office, Skype, Store Purchase, Wallet, all these things. Zoom, Your Phone. I remove the Xbox apps. I remove those, but if you want to keep them, you don't have to do that. Okay. So right after that, we'll go here to Run Command Line. We're going to say Remove Provisioned Applications. There we go. This is for Windows 10. So paste, options, continue on error, apply. And the next one is add, run command line. And this is remove applications. Okay. Continue on error, just like that. And copy and paste command line. There we go. Okay, so we removed the provisioned applications and the built-in applications, just like that. And after that, we're going to restart again. General, restart computer. Okay, good. Then we're going to suspend the task sequence, okay? Just like this. Add command line. We're going to call that suspend the task sequence, just like that. It's our C script LTI suspend, which is built into MDT. I'll click continue on error. There we go. Okay, just like that. And it'll do a Windows update after anything we do here. Here we're going to do a restart computer. We're getting to the to the bottom now, so that's good. I have a little cleanup thing, and what it does is it empties the software distribution folder as well as the anytime we've copied or pasted anything during our suspend task. So it's just something I wrote. It's just a batch file. You can get rid of it if you want, because the deployment buddy script is going to run right after that to clean up everything. Okay, so what you can do, add, run command. I'm going to do my cleanup. Continue on error, properties, clean up, and this clean bat, just like that. Apply, okay, and then right underneath that, add, run command line, and you can change the name if you want. I'm going to keep it as deployment buddy because that's who made it, but you can change it to, clean up before sysprep if that's what you want to call it. Options, continue on error, apply, just like that. And then right after this, I'm going to do my image state restore. So install application, continue on error, install single, go to image state reset. There we go. And let's just say image state reset. This just resets the image to generalized, and it'll fix any issues you have with installing applications or anything during your suspend, or it connected to the internet and tried to download things. And that'll fix those issues. So right after the image state reset, general restart computer. Good. Now this enable BitLocker, we're going to go to options, disable this step. Okay. Just like that. And right underneath that, we're going to create one more command line and re-enable driver searching. Okay. Continue on error, re-enable driver searching, highlight, copy, and paste. Okay. Apply, and we're all set with Windows 10. Now, the great part about this is with Windows 11, we don't have to worry about all that, only the bottom part. So we're going to go to this PC. We closed our deployment share, deployment, capture share, control, Windows 10 Pro. I'm going to highlight both these files. I'm going to copy them to our Windows 11 Pro, paste, replace, open up our deployment workbench, open up Windows 11 Pro, task sequence, go up to install operating system, browse, and choose Windows 11. Click apply, and now it's exactly the same except for it just the operating system is different. Okay, so everything else is the same. So with Windows 11, we're only interested in one thing right here at the bottom. We have this sysprep fix and add mass storage driver, allow deployment in special profiles. So we're going to go to imaging, sysprep only, and right between these two, this add mass storage, I'm going to click add general, run command line. I'm going to call this allow deployment in special profiles. I'm going to grab this registry, just like that. Click options, continue on error, apply, and then one more. We've placed our fix sysprep script in our custom folder. I'll show you where that's at. Capture, scripts, custom. You see our fix sysprep right here that we downloaded. Okay. Add, general, run command line, continue on error. We're just going to call this fix sysprep Windows 11. It's a PowerShell command, but it's ran through the command prompt to bypass for execution policy. Click OK and OK. And that's it for our Windows 10 and Windows 11. Okay. Now for Windows Server, we can open up our Windows 10, bring it over here, click task sequence, and then open up our server, bring it over here, minimize that window, and click on task sequence. And this way, we can click on pre-install, install, post-install, and we can copy and paste some things, okay? So we'll go to the top of our server one, okay? And the same thing, gather local only. We're going to copy the set high performance mode and click on gather a local only and paste that there. We're going to go here, disable BitLocker, disable inject drivers, patches, go down here to post install, disable. Okay, we did the same thing. That's what they did. Okay, now we're going to go to state restore. There's a few little things that we're going to be copying that aren't in here. We can close these all the way to state restore. Do the same thing over here. That way we just have our state restore. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have a disabled driver searching. We're also going to sync the time. We're going to set our server manager and our audio service. You remember when we set our audio, when we set up the server, the audio service is disabled. So we're going to set the audio service. We're going to set some server services, set high performance mode. So we're going to do all the things we did on here, except for, of course, search highlights. But we're going to add a few things, okay? So first things first, disable driver searching. Good. Under gather local only. Now the next one, add general command line. We're going to call this start audio service. Continue on air, properties, start audio service. We can move this over a little bit just so we can see everything if you want. You can see this command line. There we go. Apply. Just like that. Sync the time. Copy. Paste. There we go. We're going to go to server manager option, which we're going to make it so that it doesn't ask you or doesn't open up the server manager when you start the server automatically. If you'd like to do that, you can remove this. I don't like it to start up automatically for me, but that's up to you. To continue on air, I'll click apply. There we go. Okay. We are going to set high performance mode. So copy, paste, and then server services, okay, which is a PowerShell. So say add command line, services. We're running the command line and doing the bypass for PowerShell. Okay, there we go. And paste. Good. Okay, so there we go. There's our server services. Now we're going to do the remove evaluation. So we'll do that right underneath here. Right? So copy, add, general, run command, remove evaluation. It's our same dism command we used. Just like that. Apply. Continue on air. Okay. And then, of course, right afterwards, we're going to restart the computer. Okay. There we go. Restart. And then we're going to enable .NET Framework 3.5. So add, roles, install, continue on air, properties, and then the drop down, we're going to go down to 2019. Okay. I know it's 2022, but it uses the same thing. So we're going to go down here. Okay. You're going to see under feature, .NET Framework 3.5. Click apply. Click enable .NET Framework 3.5. Okay, good. There it is. Here's our Visual C++ runtimes. We'll just copy it from here. Okay, so we'll move this over a little bit. Paste. .NET Frameworks. Okay. Now we're going to enable BitLocker encryption on our servers. So add role, install roles and features, same thing. Go down to server 2019. Let's look for our BitLocker. Let's see, I think it's, yeah, it's down here a little bit more. There we go. Under features, BitLocker drive encryption. So we'll say enable BitLocker drive encryption. Apply. Continue on error. There we go. PowerShell 7. Copy. Paste that underneath. CM trace. Paste. Policy definitions. Copy. Paste. Restart computer. Paste. And then we're going to undisable our Windows Update pre and post. Okay. Same thing. Microsoft Edge. After the install applications. Paste. Suspend. See, we got Microsoft Edge. Restart. There we go. Paste. Okay, suspend. Custom task. Same thing, we're going to do another restart. And copy the cleanup underneath the restart. Copy the deployment buddy. Image state reset. Another restart. Copy, paste. And then right underneath, enable BitLocker, disable this step. And same thing, re-enable our driver searching underneath our BitLocker. Okay, and that's it. Apply, okay, apply, okay. So our captures, task sequences are done. Okay, we're going to update our capture share. So right click, update deployment share. We're going to completely regenerate the boot image because there's none right now. Click next. Give that a few moments and we're going to come back as soon as that is done. Okay. Okay, that's done updating. Click finish. We're going to open up WDS, Windows Deployment Services. We're going to go to servers, MDT, boot images. Right click, click add boot image, browse. We're going to go to deployment, E drive, capture, boot, and our light touch PE WIM file. Click open, next. I'm going to call this capture task sequences. Click next and next. Okay, just like that, we've added our boot image to WDS. Give it a few seconds. And finish. And just like that, we have our capture tasks. Okay. When we come back in the next video, we're gonna capture Windows 10, Windows 11, and Server 2022. What we're going to do is when we get to the suspend task, we're going to review a few things from the start menu, Disney Plus, and a few other little things that show up in Pro and Home versions. And then when we deploy, those things will be gone. Of course, they're actually just placeholders because the apps aren't really installed for those types of applications. They're just there. When we did our remove provisioned app and remove applications PowerShells, they removed pretty much all the apps that we're going to care about in the enterprise. So, okay, and I'll see you in the next video then.